Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are LA.
Last night at the Big A, MVP candidate Mike Trout lit up the park with his own fireworks show in a 5-2 Angels win. Today, the Halos look to take care of business again as they go for their 11th consecutive win while closing in on American League West title. Astros and Angels next. Beautiful afternoon for baseball, albeit a very warm one here at the Big A. The Angels continue to roll today. It is the final game of the three-game set against the visiting Houston Astros. The Angels going for the series sweep. As we take a look at the standings in the American League West, the Angels maintaining an 11-game lead over the Oakland Athletics. Their magic number stands at 4. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West along with Mark Kubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and the Angels offense continues to roll, and one guy that is starting to get hot here in the month of September is Mike Trout. Hit .254 in the month of August, just about 300 right now.
Yeah, Victor, he's seeing the ball so well, and he's using the entire field and using it with authority. And take a look at our AT&T U-verse rewind. We're going to talk about how he's been able to crush the ball the other way. Cut fastball, didn't try to pull it, stayed with it, barreled up on the baseball, and goes out to right center field. But that wasn't enough for Mike Trout. He gets a slow curveball down in this right zone, dead center field, his second home run of the game. We were thinking possibly 3 home runs in one game. This time, one hops the wall, the 390 sign in left center field, using the entire field. 81 extra base hits, 107 runs scored, 107 runs driven in for Mike Trout. Fabulous season on his way to the MVP.
Well, not only Trout, but the rest of the Angels have swung the bats well against left-handed pitching this year. They'll face a lefty this afternoon. Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the Houston Astros. The Angels will counter with Hector Santiago. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Wasting any time taking the field. They want to get this one started. They are on a roll looking for their 11th consecutive win. And with Hector throwing his warm-up pitches, we will take a look at the starting lineup for the Houston Astros. Fourth place in the American League West with a 65-83 record. Robbie Grossman will lead things off once again. He's in left. Jose Altuve in second. Dexter Fowler back in center after a night off last night. That puts Carter in the DH spot and the cleanup spot. Jake Marisnick in right. Carlos Corcoran gets the start behind the plate. Jesus Guzman at first base. Matt Dominguez at third. And it's Gregorio Petit starting at shortstop tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, after he started at third base last night. Taking on Hector Santiago, who rolls into this one with a 5-7 record and a 3.38 earned run average.
Well, he's been throwing the ball so much better. Very good ERA, 117 innings, just 103 hits allowed, 99 punch-outs for Hector. The keys for Hector today in this day game: stay low and away, keep the ball down, utilize that ground ball out, and compete with your best in this situation, especially when you face Carter. Go after him with your best stuff to be able to finish him off. A very dangerous hitter in Chris Carter.
Check out the defense for the Angels. Quickly here before first pitch as they wait for us. Colin Cowgill on left, Mike Trout at center, Cole Calhoun at right. The infield has David Freese, Eric Ivor, Howie Kendrick, and C.J. Cron from third to first. Chris Iannetta behind the plate.
And C.J. Cron getting the start here in this day game here at the Big A. He's been pretty solid at first base as this fitted. 1 hour, 25th start at first base, allowing Albert Pujols to get that half a day off playing that DH position.
Hector's ready to go, as are the Angels and the Astros. Game number 149 for both ball clubs. Robbie Grossman, switch hitting outfielder, batting from the right side, hitting .220 this year. And the first one today is a strike. Dana DeMuth, the veteran, calling the balls as strikes. Tom Woodring at first, Ron Copeland second, and Lance Barrett at third base. 6 home runs and 35 RBIs for Grossman. Started in the leadoff spot and in left field in all 3 games. Had a 1-for-4 game last night with an RBI single. It's just off the plate. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hector Santiago making his 11th start here at home. He's 2-3 with a 2.93 earned run average. As Grossman lays off, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
And the one thing you always look for Hector is following through on his deliveries. Always quick on the mound, sometimes too quick. Stay back, better balance.
Full count. Last time for Santiago was in Texas. Allowed a run on 5 hits and 5 innings of work through 79 pitches. It's a 3-2. It's a called strike 3. And there's the first out of the ball game.
My Hyundai key to this game today. Beautiful Sunday afternoon game here at the Big A. Going a little Led Zeppelin. The song remains the same. Bottom line, Mike Scioscia says it best. One game at a time mentality. Pitch well, field well, and clutch hitting. Get that next victory. Don't worry about what Oakland or Seattle is doing today. Let us do that.
Exactly. They are getting started here in about a half hour thereabouts. John Lesser going for Oakland. Chris Young should have a bounce back season. Should probably win the American League Comeback Player of the Year. Altuve fouls him. First one back, and it's 0-1. Chris Young.
It's a great story. Great story.
Considering the injuries he's had to go through the last couple of seasons. Altuve hitting .338. That leads the American League. 2 for 4 last night. A single and a double. Also picked up an RBI. 42 doubles on the year. 52 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. The doubles. Second to Miguel Cabrera, who starts the day at 45 on the season. Victor Martinez on his heels as far as batting average. The Tigers pretty much full-time DH is hitting .334. 1-2. That's it tight.
Mixing in his cut fastball early on. He's got good movement on his 4-seam fastball and cut fastball. Can also sink the 2-seamer. Back it up with a very good changeup. Screwball also. Solid slider.
Chopper to the left side toward the hole, and that's going to go for an infield base hit. So the hit machine, Jose Altuve, continues. This one an infield knock, puts a man on for Dexter Fowler.
And that's the thing that makes him special. Not only he can hit well and squares up the baseball, he runs well too. And Anytime you're forcing your shortstop to have to go to the backhand, real good chance that's going to be a hit. Even Ibar with that throwing arm and range he has.
Fowler got into the ballgame late last night. The ninth inning, picked up a base hit.
Altuve with good speed, 52 stolen bases, but Hector with 5 pickoffs.
Astros second in the American League in stolen bases at the team with 108, led by Altuve. Fowler actually had a double yesterday. That was to lead off the 8th inning as a pinch hitter. Takes down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. .272 batting average for Fowler. 8 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Just underway. Strikeout looking at an infield base hit as Fowler fouls this one off on this hot day. Ball will be traveling quite a bit here.
Yeah, that's why it's a good idea to keep the baseball down if you're a pitcher. Anything elevated and hit in the air has a chance to go a long way.
Two one pitch. Outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Boy, Hector looked extremely quick on his delivery there. Just had to stay back a little bit longer on the pitching rubber. Yeah, you want to be quicker to the plate with Altuve at first, but you also want to keep the pitch down and give yourself a better chance with better balance.
That's out towards center field. Trout moving back near the wall and will make the catch. Fowler just out in front enough. It's a second out.
They didn't get that quite on the barrel of the bat towards the end of the bat. Mike Trout's able to drift back and have his hand ready just in case he was going to run towards that wall. Got it just at the warning track. And because it's a hitter's count, that's what Fowler was looking for, but towards the end of the barrel of the bat, not quite squared up. Hit well, but not well enough to get out today.
So 2 outs. Altuve still at first base. Here's Chris Carter, the DH. Was in the 3 spot last night. Ended up going 1 for 4. A single with 3 strikeouts. Carter now with an 11-game hitting streak. Career high for him. He's reached safely now in his last 18 games going back to August 24th. Which also is a career high for him. Hector keeps missing outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
A little bit different from the first inning last night for Weaver as compared for Hector today. All strikes last night in the first inning for Jared Weaver, who was absolutely outstanding last night.
12 strikeout performance for him. 7 solid innings. More importantly, picked up his 17th win. 2-0.
He gave the bullpen a little bit of a breather also. Hector's thrown 18 pitches, only 8 so far in the strike zone.
Third game for Santiago against the Astros this year. Second start. The first one was not a pretty one. July the 5th here. It's down and in 3-0. Gave him 5 runs in that start, 5 innings, 6 hits.
It's one of those times, though, even a 3-0 count, don't groove a fastball because Carter will be swinging on a 3-0 pitch if it's something he can drive.
Right-handed batter Jake Marisnick on deck. Scoreless here at the top of the first. Trade 1. Good location there.
Throw another one right in that same exact spot. Better balance this time for Hector. Bounce over the pitching rubber. A good high leg kick. Knowing that Altuve's not going. Follow through over the front leg. Head is still on the target.
Full count. Altuve will take off on the next pitch with 2 outs here. Cron playing just in front of him at first base. Infield base hit for Altuve. There's the payoff. Swing and a miss. Down goes Carter, and the top of the first is in the books. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols coming up. Pick up a couple of strikeouts. We'll take a look at Mike Scioscia starting 9 for the Angels at 93 and 55. Best record in baseball. 5 games better than the Baltimore Orioles. Cole Calhoun will lead things off. He's in right. Mike Trout at center. Albert Pujols back in that DH spot. Howie Kendrick, the cleanup hitter at second base. Josh Hamilton still dealing with that sore right shoulder. David Freese back at third. He was the DH last night. Ibar at short. Chris Iannetta behind the plate. TJ Cron gets you started first. And Colin Cowgill continues to get the start out of left field. He will bat 9. Taking on the 26-year-old left-hander native of Tulsa, Oklahoma. His name is Dallas Keuchel.
Dallas Keuchel does have a good fastball with good movement. 88 to 93 slider, cut fastball, and changeup. Solid season for him. ERA just over 3. But the keys against Keuchel: turn and spin in. When he throws that cut fastball in the inner half, turn on it and work some deep counts. A lot of innings thrown and pitches thrown this year. More susceptible to make mistakes later in the game because of that.
Facing Cole to lead things off, and the first one is in for a strike. Calhoun hitting .285, 16 home runs and 56 runs batted in. Hitless last night, but did draw a walk and scored a run in that 7th inning for the Angels. Behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Keuchel making his 4th start against the Angels this year. 1-1 record and a 5.30 ERA. 1-2. This is his 3rd start against the Angels here in this ballpark. As Cole hits one back up the middle, snagged by the lefty. There's the first out. Defensively for the Astros, Grossman, Fowler, and Marisnik from left to right in the outfield. The infield has Dominguez, Petit, Altuve, and Guzman. From third to first, Corcoran behind the plate.
Matt Dominguez, a very solid fielder at third base, second best fielding percentage among third basemen in the American League, .973. Very quick throwing arm, covers a lot of ground at third base. And after Keuchel made that play, they might not need some defense infield. That was a quick play by Keuchel.
Trout will look at a strike. 3 extra base hits for Trout last night. 2 home runs, a double, and a walk. 3 runs scored. .290 average now. 34 home runs, 107 RBIs. Also 1 double shy of getting to 40.
And Keuchel will pitch inside, especially with his cut fastball. He's hit 7 batters.
Foul back. We said in the open, Trout struggled through the month of August at 254 that month. So far in September, he's at 298.
Amazing, 107 RBI, 107 runs scored to go along with 81 extra base hits.
One, two, foul back. That's a mislocation.
Yeah, he did him a favor throwing that pitch. Well, if you throw a slow curveball in this lower part of the strike zone against Trout, it's got a chance of going a long way.
Trying to go back outside, and it misses. Evens up the count at 2-2. Albert Pujols on deck. No score here in the bottom of the first. Last meeting of the year between these two teams. Full count. Halos now 12-6 against the Astros this season. Payoff pitch. That's rocketed foul into the seats. A lot of folks trying to take shelter here in the shade, especially on the first base side. Another 3-2. And he struck him out. 2 outs.
Went up and in on a fastball at 89. Upper part of the strike zone for a swing and miss. Boy, 5 of the pitches thrown Keuchel to Trout were on the inner half.
First one, Albert. A strike on the outside part of the plate. DH tonight, or today I should say, pardon me. 275 batting average for 26 home runs and 94 runs batted in. 1 for 3 yesterday. Drew the bases loaded walk in the 7th against Jose Virus. Albert with good numbers against Dallas Keuchel. 5 for 10 with the home run. Chopped to third. Dominguez has it. The Angels go down in order here in the first. We'll head to the second, scoreless. Field base hit to Jose Altuve, but struck out 2. A couple of lefties on the mound today that like to work very quickly. Keuchel and Santiago. Marisnick looks at a strike. 248 batting average for Jake. 5 doubles, a home run, and 10 runs batted in as an Astro. 1-for-3 game yesterday as he clears this one foul into the seats. No balls, 2 strikes. Almost got him to chase.
It's a good try going upstairs on that one. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Santiago.
One, two. Line towards second. Howie can't get it. Cole gets over there and cuts it off. Marisnick on board with a leadoff single.
Boy, and Hector was looking at Chris Iannetta, wondering where that pitch was. It was a pretty good pitch. It was down, changeup, but he stayed back on it and punched it over the head of Howie Kendrick over second base.
Santiago from the stretch now will face the switch hitting catcher Carlos Corcoran. Nice effort by Howie. Jason Castro caught the first 2 games of this series on this warm afternoon. Corcoran gets behind the plate, gets the call. Batting in the 6th spot. 241 this year, 5 home runs and 18 runs batted. First action for him in this series.
Hector's not too upset. Castro's not in the lineup. He was 4 for 8 in his career versus Santiago.
Marisnick has 3 stolen bases. Has been caught once. 8 bags on the season, so good speed. Limited time in the big leagues this year between the Marlins and the Astros.
We've seen this Astro club extremely aggressive, even against a left-handed pitcher.
Want to know? Well, that said, Santiago definitely holds runners much better than C.J. Wilson does.
I would mention earlier, 5 pickoffs this year. Quick to the plate also.
Astros had 4 stolen bases against the Wilson Iannetta combo 2 nights ago. And Hector falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes. Next pitch will be the 30th thrown by Santiago. .3-0 count.
Yeah, you're going to see a visit already from Mike Butcher just to see if he can slow down Hector enough in his mechanics. Well, he's already landing when he's getting in his throwing position, and when you do that, it forces your elbow up, and then you're going to elevate your fastball and your off-speed pitches. A lot of pitches up and out of the strike zone for Hector so far. So how quick he's already basically landing, and he's getting in a throwing position, and it forces your elbow to be up and unable to finish off your pitches, not even following through, landing, not bending the back.
A 4-pitch walk to Carlos Corcoran puts 2 men on here to start the 2nd. Nobody out. Jesus Guzman coming up. If you're Iannetta, to a right-handed batter, you're trying to set up in off the plate, force him to get across on that glove side.
Yeah, you're going to have to at this point until he makes an adjustment. Until he gets more comfortable on the mound.
First action for Guzman in the series, hitting 196, and again another pitch out of the strike zone.
And he's not following through. He's landing straight up. And this is where Eric Ibar is going to go in and talk to him. When you're a pitcher, you almost want to try to shake hands with your catcher. And that means bending your back. When you're landing and following through straight up in the air like that, no bending of your back, it's very difficult to work downstairs in the strike zone.
It's almost as if you want him to do a little Louis Tiant, a little longer leg kick to give him the opportunity to kind of gather himself, then go down the slope.
Yeah, don't even worry about the base runners at this point.
2-0. Base hit by Marisnick, followed by a 4-pitch walk to Corcoran, and now 2 balls and no strikes to Guzman, who has a couple of home runs and 9 runs batted in. 66th game this year. Houston.
Boy, another 3-0 count. He's already had 4 2-0 counts. Third 3-0 count. And he's already pushing that shoulder and flying wide open and not following through. Just like a hitter, when you pull off a baseball, your hips are opening up. You want to keep that shoulder, front shoulder, locked in and working downstairs.
Three 1 pitch. Full count. Some movement going on in the Angels bullpen. Nobody's warming up though.
Won't take long to warm up today, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mike Scioscia would love to see Hector get into that 6th inning today.
Matt Dominguez on deck. He's gotten the count to full at 3-2. Runners aren't going anywhere. Payoff pitch. Yeah, down looking. 1 down. Not sure what Guzman was looking for, but that was right down the pipe.
And normally you would think a dangerous spot for a pitcher. That's right down the middle part of the plate. The old effectively wild.
So 1 out. Runners remain at first and second. Here's Matt Dominguez. Third baseman hitting .220, 15 home runs, and has 53 RBIs. He had the night off last night. 0 for 3 2 nights ago.
This is one batter you want to make sure you keep the ball down, because that's his power, up and away. Dominguez can drive the ball very well the other way on a high fastball. He also is a guy, if you keep the ball down, you get a ground ball double play also.
Marisnick started to go, and they got it picked off. In a rundown. They get the out. The second out. Corcoran advances to second.
It looked like they were trying originally. Eric was trying to get them to force the runner back towards second to keep Corcoran from getting into scoring position himself. That's 6th pickoff now this season for Hector Santiago. The spin move, and it works. So rid of it quickly to Howie, and then the quick throw over to David Freese. Then a long enough rundown for Marisnick. He's able to at least get Corcoran into scoring position.
1-6-5, 6 goes the put out. 2 down now. Dominguez with a 1 ball, no strike count. I don't know. You know, it's talk about aggressiveness for young players like Jake Marisnick. In that situation, you got a guy on the mound that's struggling to throw strikes. You're already in scoring position. I know you're trying to create something, kind of build on something going to the offseason. Almost a gift out there for the Angels.
And like I said, Dominguez loves a fastball up, and almost every pitch that Hector has thrown today has been a fastball up. So chances are he's not going to hit a ball on the ground, so you don't have to worry about him rolling into a double play. This Houston club, even under Bo Porter, was extremely aggressive. In that situation, I think you wait around and see what kind of damage you could do as an offense and not try to create a run by stealing a base.
I'm not sure Corcoran, the trail runner, was going as well. Kind of held his place at first as that one's upstairs. 3-1. Commanding the strike zone, an issue for Hector Santiago even though he has 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. .41 pitches thrown so far, looking for the 3rd out here, the 2nd. 3-1. That is low for ball 4. So 2nd walk of the inning, puts 2 on, 2 outs. Petit coming up.
Well, you can see right here, this is what Hector's doing. That front shoulder is moving that way, and then it creates the situation where his elbow drops and he's unable to follow through and hit his spot consistently. That's what's going on with Hector right now. Too quick, front shoulder opening up, and then trying to catch up with his throwing arm and not following through and trying to keep his head on the target.
There's Gregorio Petit, shortstop this afternoon after playing 3rd last night. And he'll take low for ball 1. .262 batting average with a home run and 6 runs batted in. Petit ended up going 0 for 2 last night. And he pulls one foul.
You don't want to gift runners in a day game here at the Big A, a warm day like today. You put yourself in a situation you have a big inning go against you.
Not only that, you're keeping your offense on its feet out of the field. Get them back in the dugout as quickly as possible. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scoreless ties so far here, the 2nd. Houston, a couple of men on. 3-1. Petit gets on board. Really wouldn't surprise me if someone started to move around and throw perhaps in that bullpen. Because it isn't just about it's not like he's missing on breaking balls and off speed stuff. It's the fastball location. Has primarily been a fastball guy so far. 3-1. That is out toward deep left. Calgill is back. 3-0 Houston. As Gregorio Petit has just hit his 2nd home run of the season.
Well, like we said, gift runners, and then all of a sudden one mistake that a hitter can swing at. And you look up, and 3 runs are scored. No doubter home run. Challenge him with a fastball. Right down the heart of the plate at the knees. Goes a long way. Pete's 2nd home run this year, 9th RBI now of the season.
They continue to flirt with command, and you fall behind. Even the 9th place hitter will get you on occasion. And Petit does so here. It's 3-0 Houston. As Robbie Grossman is ahead of the count at 1 ball, no strikes. Grossman struck out looking in the 1st. Already a visit to the mound. Looks like they might have to get somebody up. But you're talking with Scioscia now in the dugout. Hector with 6 2-0 counts so far today.
And he's been throwing the ball so well this season. I mean, especially in the 2nd half. 50 pitches is 22 strikes.
This one's out toward left center field, and that will split the outfielders. Grossman on his way to 2nd, and it's a double. And again, a hitter's count at 2-1. Grossman picks up his 12th double of the season. The inning continues here. Now you've got to deal with Jose Altuve.
Well, the offense has been great, but you don't want to put your team in a situation where you're too far behind.
The Angels will start action going in their bullpen. Looks like Vinny Pistano's the first man up. last thing you wanted to do on this warm afternoon. Now Altuve with an infield base hit. That's 1 ball, no strikes. .52 pitches, 29 balls so far for Hector. And potentially his last batter.
Yeah, if Pistano can get ready quickly, which shouldn't be too difficult in this warm day, it may be Hector's last batter.
Three and 0.
When you look at body language for a hitter or even a pitcher, Hector just hasn't looked comfortable from the very first pitch of the game.
Here comes the intentional walk. There is ball 4. Mike Butcher wants to know if Pistano's ready to go. Dexter Fowler is the next batter. He's a switch hitter.
Center fielder, number 21, Dexter Fowler.
2 on and 2 outs. 3-0 Houston.
There's been no one better in baseball as far as coming back and winning games. The Angels with 45 comeback wins. But you got to stay close.
Fowler hit one to deep center his first time up. 0 for 1. What a one. Gatto, the 8th man to bat here, the second. 3 walks. 3 hits allowed by Santiago. 1 punch out and helped out too by a pickoff move. Caught stealing of Jake Marisnick for the second out. Two balls, 1 strike. Pistano's ready to go in the pen. A long top of the second. Chris Carter on deck. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Fowler takes up and away. 3-1.
You get a very good starting pitcher going for the Astros today too. It's not going to be easy coming back. Dallas Keuchel's throwing the ball very well this entire season. Going to force Mike Scioscia, if Hector does walk Fowler here, he's got to go to the bullpen at that point.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen prior to Fowler coming up after the walk to Altuve. Full count.
.22 pitches in the first, 38 so far here in the second for Hector.
Ronalds will get a head start. Grossman from second and Altuve from first with 2 outs here in the second. And now Fowler backs out. Runners go. The 3-2. Called strike 3. The inning comes to an end. But Gregorio Petit with a 3-run blast puts Houston up 3-0.
the game, we'll check out the big news from around the majors on the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Big acquisition on the mound for the A's today, trying to make sure they stay ahead of Seattle. And the Cards, are they finally pulling away in that NL Central?
Dallas Keuchel back to work, and he delivers a strike on Howie Kendrick. Keuchel's set the Angels down in order in the first inning, and he had to sit himself for a long time in the top of the second, but now stake to a 3-0 lead. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You don't mind a breather when your offense is scoring, and you can stay out of this hot sun today when you're on the mound.
Off speed, cued foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kendrick, a 2-for-4 game last night. 2 singles and an RBI. Now the 10-game hitting streak. .293 batting average. 7 home runs. 70 runs batted in.
Boy, his last 8 games, .543.
Two balls and 2 strikes. The Angels were down 2-0 Friday before coming back and winning 11-3. Down 3-0 here the second. Off the plate, full count.
One thing this club has done, they've responded right back quickly after the opponent scores.
Oh, chopper to third. Dominguez has it. Across the diamond it goes. 1 down. Hey folks, on Tuesday the Halos host the Mariners at 7:05. At fans in attendance will receive an Angel sombrero courtesy of State Farm while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at the Angel Stadium ticket office or by logging on at angels.com.
Free 6 for 8 versus Keuchel. That's a cool .750 batting average against him.
One. 2 balls, 1 strike. .259 batting average for threes, 8 home runs, 49 runs batted in. He was the DH last night. A 1-for-4 game with a single. Chopper to third. 2 down. 3 consecutive ground ball outs to Dominguez. Just pitching on the inside part of the plate.
You said the keys against him, you try to elevate those line drives past Dominguez. He's going to throw a lot of pitches inside.
Two up and 2 down to start the bottom of the second. Ibar looks at a strike. 287 on the season with 7 home runs and 67 RBIs. Eric picked up his 29th double last night and also picked up a run batted in. Bouncer towards Altuve to Hopper. Easy 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Keuchel. We'll head to the third. Halos down 3-0. Photo of the game, but we need your help. Tweet us your photos using hashtag WestFanPhoto, and it could be shown in an upcoming game broadcast. 3-0. Houston on top here in the top of the third. Hector Santiago.
Thank you. I believe it.
Back out on the mound. State batters. Command was an issue in that second inning, leading to 3 runs on the home run by Petit. He'll face Carter, Barisnik, and Corporate. The first one is outside for ball 1. After getting away with one there, that one's fouled straight back. Carter, a strikeout victim in the first. That's in there. 1-2. And a swing and a foul at the plate. Just got a piece of it to keep his at bat alive.
Yeah, looked like he was looking for some other pitch. Instead, he tried a backdoor cut fastball.
And again, we haven't seen too many other pitches besides fastballs today. That is ripped left. Lead off single.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, presented by Ram Trucks, with Hector Santiago doing a good job as far as picking off runners this season. First and second with 1 out. Barisnik started to go. Balance on the spin move. Well done by Hector. Gets rid of the baseball quickly to an infield. That's what you want to do. As soon as you have them picked off, you get the ball to the middle infielder right away and allow them to make the play. Excellent job by Hector on that one.
Again, behind at the count at 1 ball, no strikes. Barisnik led off the inning with a single just beyond the reach of Howie Kendrick. Eventually picked off at second base. Fouls this one back. A couple of scores around the American League. Boston leading Kansas City 7-4. Detroit trailing Cleveland 3-2. This one's fouled straight back. A lot of big hacks too from the Astros.
Yeah, Kinsler just hit a 2-run home run. Now Detroit leading Cleveland.
Tigers with a half-game lead in the Central over Kansas City. There's a grand slam for Boston in that game against Kansas City. Put them up 7-4.
Daniel Nava grand slam for Boston.
California kid, if I remember correctly. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles will play a little bit later on. 2-2. Fouled off to the right. That's the night game tonight. Oakland and Seattle about to get started at Safeco. John Lester and Chris Young going at it. What a way to lose a game last night for Seattle, with Fernando Rodney nowhere near the strike zone, walking 4 guys in the 10th.
Especially with that energy they had from their home crowd at Safeco, the Mariners, last night.
Oakland leads that game now 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Seattle. 3 balls and 2 strikes. .72 pitches already for Hector in the 3rd inning with nobody out. Carter with a leadoff single. 12-game hitting streak for him. He's at first. Barisnik fouls it off to the right. Angels really needing to keep this right here. No more damage. Especially with the way Keuchel started off this ball game against the Angels. 6 batters up, 6 batters down. 1 strikeout and 4 groundouts. Runner goes, and the pitch is ball 4. So 2 on and nobody out. 4th walk issued by Santiago already.
Pitcher number 22.
And the action will begin once again in the bullpen. Pistano is the guy that's up again. Should be just about ready since he was loose last inning. Carlos Corcoran drew a walk in the 2nd. Trying to leave on that swing. No balls, 1 strike, 5 hits for Houston so far. There's an off-speed pitch. And it's 0-2.
Hasn't really looked comfortable at all. We said that in the beginning. He's faced 15 batters in this game so far for Hector Santiago. It is 4 first pitch strikes.
Breaking ball fouled back. One of the few we've seen. And it's interesting you say that he hasn't looked comfortable, because a lot of times you get guys that are out there that maybe aren't 100% or don't feel like they've got good velo or velocity, and you're trying to be, pinpoint. He's got good velocity today.
Yeah,
he looks like he's fresh, and
he's got 4
everything.
strikeouts already. So his stuff is there.
I know, it's amazing.
His balance hasn't been. And he's aiming pitches. He slows down his delivery, especially on his off-speed pitches. Instead of trusting the grip and his mechanics to be able to take that speed off each one of his, whether it's his slider or changeup. He's thrown the ball so well of late. Something we have not seen from Hector in a long time, since maybe the beginning part of the year. And because he's not around consistently around the plate, the hitters aren't chasing pitches that are borderline out of the zone. They're forcing the umpire to call those borderline pitches a strike.
And when you're not near the strike zone, it's difficult for an umpire to call those borderline pitches your way. 2-2 pitch. Full count. This will be his last batter. Corcoran reaches here, it'll be his last batter. He just can't afford to keep going out there. He hasn't been able to figure it out himself. Pistano's ready to go in the pen. Guzman, the man on deck. This one's lifted. Foul on the first base side and into the seats. 81st pitch.
.43 out of the strike zone for Hector Santiago, 38 in the zone. A contrast between Weaver and him today, similar to what we saw from C.J. Wilson the other day against the Astros.
Bases are loaded now. Here comes Mike Scioscia, and that's going to be it for Hector Santiago. 5 walks, 5 hits allowed by Hector on an afternoon that which he just did not have at a pitching change. We're in the 3rd. Houston on top 3-0. Go 2 innings plus 3 batters, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, and did not retire a man here to third. He departs with the bases loaded after throwing 82 pitches through those 2 innings. Vinny Pistano comes into the ballgame to face Jesus Guzman with nobody out. It's our in and out, who's in, who's out. Pistano did not pitch last night, but got into back-to-back games on Thursday and Friday. On Friday, went 1/3 of an inning against Houston.
He's always been a strikeout pitcher. 11 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched for the Angels this year. Could use a punch out, then a ground ball double play. But Hector has been so good for so long. Last 12 games, that 5-0 record. ERA in the low 2s. So unusual to see that today from Hector Santiago.
Quick glance. That's his shortest start of the season.
And the infield in for the Halos here early.
1-0.
Knowing who they're facing.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why Mike Scioscia has brought the infield in.
Well, Guzman is the 16th batter that the Astros have sent up already today. The Angels, conversely, have sent 6 guys to the plate. Guzman struck out looking into second. Pops this one up on the infield. Chris Iannetta dealing with that sunshine, makes the catch, 1 out. How about that?
That's not an easy play for Chris Iannetta, but a huge out for the Angels. And Vinny Pistano getting that pop-up play by Chris Iannetta.
All 3 of these base runners, of course, belong to Santiago. Here's Matt Dominguez, who worked the walk in the second.
Now you're going to see the middle infielders moving back for a potential double play ball against Dominguez, who's rolled into 23 of them.
First one's up and away. All the while, the Angels offense just standing and baking in that sun out there. 2 balls, no strikes. Temperatures mid-90s. Two-0 pitch. This one's fouled back. Two balls, 2 strikes now. Carter, the base runner at third base, Marisnik at second, and Corporate at first. Petit, who homered in the second inning, is on deck. It's the 2-2. This one's lifted in the air. Long run over for Howie Kendrick into foul territory. Makes the catch. Spins around. Flips it back. Tarek Ibar. Carter holds it third.
It's an outstanding play by Howie. He had to go a long way because he's thinking where he was set up. Potential ground ball double play. A long way to cover. Nice play, and gets that baseball in quickly just in case Carter thought about tagging up. See how far he had to go. Looking where C.J. Cron was at, tracking the baseball, making a nice play as he gets towards that short wall. Still has a chance to look for that baseball and where the wall is going to be. Catches it and spins around quickly to make sure Carter couldn't tag up. Great play by Howie.
So 2 outs, base is still loaded. Here's Petit. Second home run of the season in the second inning against Santiago. 3-run shot. Now with 9 RBIs on the year. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lifted, fouling out of play, 1-2. So 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with no damage.
Well, what a momentum shift it'll be if Pistano can get this last out here.
The Angels have the bottom third of their order coming up in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. Down goes Petit. Pistano comes in and slams the door.
What a job by Vinny Pistano. The strikeout machine gets a big swing and miss. No runs allowed.
The dugout trailing 3-0 with a bases loaded, no out situation. Gets the job done.
Well, early in the season, the bullpen really had a tough time with inherited runners. 44% of the inherited runners score, which was last in Major League Baseball. But since June 26th, 19%. Very good, 3rd best. Including those 3 stranded. That last inning gives Mike Scioscia's club a chance right here. Momentum going back towards the Angels now. Look for them to start swinging the bats. They've done that so well of late.
All right, and a Cronin Cowgill for the Angels here in the bottom of the 3rd inning to face Dallas Keuchel, who's faced 6 batters and retired all 6. He is a ground ball machine, the highest ground ball rate in Major League Baseball, and so far it's proven out. 5 of 6 batters retired via the ground ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Neto flips one out toward right field. Marisnik was playing shallow. 1 down. Goes 7 up and 7 down now. C.J. Cron coming to the plate.
That's how effective Dallas Keuchel can be on the hitter's count. And Neto hit that one off the end of the bat.
Cron hitting .270, 210 home runs, 32 RBIs, getting to start at first base today. A 2-1 count on Cron. Albert serving as a DH. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Colin Cowgill on deck. Well, Friday night, Brent Oberholzer, this one's looked foul, retired the first 9 in a row. Was down 2-0. Then they touched him for a couple of runs in the 4th inning, one of which was unearned. Ended up winning that game. Keuchel's just done 38 pitches, 25 for strikes. He's had a fantastic season this year. 7th round pick by the Astros in 09 at the University of Arkansas. Later in the set.
Throws a lot of strikes. When you're keeping the ball down and getting a lot of ground balls, there's a chance that you have, you're going to be up there in that 7th and 8th inning with an opportunity to win a game.
Yep. Cold foul. Count remains full at 3-2. Ball ends up down low. There was one person sitting in the seats in that area in the upper deck. Trying to go for it, and the ball ricocheted down below before he could get there. Crone hits this one over to second. Altuve's got it. 2 down. Hey folks, on Wednesday the Angels will take on the Mariners at 7:05. Fans in attendance will receive the halfway to St. Patty's Day hat courtesy of the Alzheimer's Association while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today. Swinging by the Angel Stadium ticket office, or you can do it online at angels.com. 2 up, 2 down, 8 up, 8 down overall. Here's Colin Cowgill, starting left fielder. Colin, 263, 5 home runs and 21 RBIs. Had a 1-for-3 game yesterday with a single. Also picked up a walk. He'll look at a strike. Hector Santiago just did not have it today. Command an issue. Over 80 pitches in 2 innings plus 3 batters, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, one of which was intentional. 3 runs all earned. He gave up the home run to Gregorio Petit.
So unusual for Hector Santiago to be that inconsistent in the strike zone, but Vinny Pastano really picked him up and out of that inning without allowing a run. The thing that makes Dallas Keuchel special, he'll throw that 2-seam fastball away. He'll follow it up with a changeup too in that sequence. The hitter reads and thinks 2-seam fastball, instead it's a changeup.
Foul tipped and hung on to by Corcoran. Now, first base umpire Tom Woodring saying that ball was down on the ground, so it's a foul ball. Corcoran saying that he caught the ball. The Astros might even look at it and replay. Come on. It bounced into his glove.
Good late movement.
Yeah. Good effort by Corcoran to help out his pitcher. Valiant. Well, I think a lot of folks thought that was strike 3, especially wearing an orange jersey.
Yeah, a little bit off the plate according to our Fox tracks, though. Corcoran tried to bring it back in the zone. It's a 4th full count.
Chopper to the right side. Altuve far to his left. Spins around. Throws to first. And they got him. Nice play by the Astros second baseman as the Angels have sent 9 to the plate. And all 9 have been retired. Houston still leads it. Petit, today's shortstop. Top of the order coming up for Houston here in this fourth inning. They'll be facing a new pitcher. Yoselin Herrera takes over on the mound for Vinny Pistano. Came in and slammed the door. Bases loaded, no out situation. 2 pop-ups in the strikeout for Pistano, and now Herrera into the ball game. 15th game in the big leagues this year. 1-1 record at 3.75 ERA. Last pitch on Thursday through 14 pitches.
And the key is getting that first pitch over for a strike, expanding the strikes on this Houston club, and lineup will swing and miss quite a bit. You have to get ahead of the count. They've shown some patience so far, though.
Robbie Grossman, the lead left fielder, will lead things off here. Grossman so far today 1 for 2. Strikeout looking in the first. Double to left center field the second. His 12th double of the season. It came from the right side of the plate. Oh, 1 count. One ball, 1 strike. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 6 left on for the Astros, and 0s on the board for the Angels. Two balls, 1 strike. Pistano ends up going 1 inning with 1 strikeout. This one's pulled to first. Crone's got it on 1 hop. 1 down.
Could be a huge 1 inning for the Angels by Vinny Pistano if they're able to come back in this game. So far, Dallas Keuchel has been perfect. 7 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out, and a strikeout.
Here's Jose Altuve. Infield base hit in the first inning and an intentional walk in the second. It became an intentional walk after Santiago fell behind 3-0. Then the last one was intentional. Altuve now with 205 hits on the year. First one's down and away. Check swing, didn't go. 2 balls and no strikes. Three and 0. Dexter Fowler on deck, center fielder. Three and 1.
Trying to keep Altuve off the bases. Those 52 stolen bases, if he gets on via a walk, going to slow the game down more so.
Lifted out to right. 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Fowler. First time today that the Angels have retired the first 2 to start an inning. Fowler is swinging a miss.
Good all-speed pitch.
Astros center fielder 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a strikeout looking.
Just missed off the outside corner.
Herrera not the quickest of workers on the mound, even with nobody on base, retiring the first 2 batters to start this 4th. This one shot down the left field line. That'll get down for extra bases. Cowgill up with it. Fowler with very good speed, easily in at second with a double. 19th double of the season for Fowler, so man in scoring position for Houston, and Carter coming up.
I went with the pitch. Drove the ball to left field very well for Fowler. Well played by Cowgill, but Fowler is too quick. 19th double this season.
Chris Carter struck out of the first inning and singled to left in the 3rd. 1 for 2. Double by Fowler, the 6th hit so far for Houston.
Fowler 15 for 34 this year against the Angels.
Good speed at second base. Fourteen pitches thrown by Herrera. 8 balls and 6 strikes. Good slider there. 1-1. Game in Seattle still 1-0 Oakland. It's in the bottom of the 3rd. Here 3-0 Houston. 2 outs in the 4th. Went around 1-2.
Still believe you just had to force Carter to be able to hit something all speed. Even take an opportunity to bounce a slider or split finger fastball.
Now the 1-2. Way outside. Nice block by Iannetta.
Overthrown slider. Iannetta did a nice job of getting his body over to keep that baseball from getting away and allow Fowler to advance to 3rd.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Marisnik on deck. A 2-out double to Dexter Fowler, keeping this inning alive for Houston. The Angels, once they arrive at the dugout, will have the top of the order coming up. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols to try to figure out Dallas Keuchel. (3-2), and he walked him. So a double followed by the walk. The inning continues here. Now Marisnick will come to the plate. Marisnick's been on board twice now with a single and a walk. It's a 6th walk issued by Angels pitchers. 5 by Hector Santiago. Now 1 here by Herrera. First one on the way. Slow. That's been a constant theme today. Behind in the count, virtually every batter. Balls, a lot of deep counts, a lot of hitters counts.
Well, we did not see that at all from Jared Weaver last night, that's for sure. The way he threw the baseball.
Jammed him. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul on the base runner at second and Carter at first. Two balls, 1 strike. Texas leading Atlanta 7-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Boston leading Kansas City now 8-4.
Boy, Atlanta is really struggling to score runs of late.
Tigers still leading Cleveland 6-4. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Marisnick. And Chris and Yoslin are going to have a conversation here to talk things over. A hot, muggy day. 3-0. Houston on top. Many of the Angels position players, hands on hips, gloves off, trying to get back into that dugout.
It even affects their at-bats, too.
No,
you're drained out there in the field.
There's a carryover effect. They've been on their feet a long time. We're just in the 4th inning. Called strike 3. Down goes Marisnick. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, with Houston still on top. On TWC. By the 2014 Camry at your Toyota dealer today, we make it easy. And by AT&T Uverse TV, mobilizing your world. Halos down by the score of 3-0 as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Top of the order coming up, Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols. Angels looking for their first base runners. Dallas Keuchel's faced 9. He's retired all night. 1 strikeout. No walks. Cole hit a bouncer right back to Keuchel in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. Houston has stranded 8 base runners through the first 4 innings.
Very similar to what happened to them on Friday night.
This one's fouled back to the left. Nice catch by Fan. 0-2 count now on Cole. One ball, 2 strikes. Two now. But it's difficult sometimes to work guys like Keuchel, because even when he gets behind at 2-1 or 2-0, had the ability and shown it to just get back into counts, throw strikes.
And he keeps everything down, so as a hitter, you like the pitches that are down anyhow, so you're going to be more apt to go after those pitches.
That's a called strike 3. 1 down. Second strikeout for Keuchel.
Still no base runners yet against him. Paints the outside corner, 91.
Trout struck out swinging in the first. He'll look at a strike.
It's great numbers for Trout. So far in this sequence, he's seen a slider and a fastball away.
Ripped foul. 1-2. Called strike 3. Trout gets rung up now. That pitch was in off the plate. 2 down.
A little cut fastball to finish off Mike Trout, but let's take a look at her pitch by pitch for Keuchel against Trout. Slider for a strike. 2-seam fastball. Followed by a 2-seam fastball again, late on the swing, and then a cut fastball in off the plate. Gets the call at 89. That looked like it was off the inside corner.
Albert looks at the strike. Well, at one point, the guys are going to have to start jumping on their first pitch strike.
What we talk about is, look in and then spin on that pitch inside. Well, a lot of first pitch strikes for Keuchel today. 12 batters face 11. That's why he's perfect so far.
Pulled foul. The other thing, too, as we talked about, Angels offense on its feet out there. A little long, but hour and a half to longer than that now, seems like.
This club has not seen a day off for a long time also, and you're out in the field a long time.
Nothing easy either. Second, third, and fourth. First inning took a little while, but no damage. It's 4 batters. But even Herrera, the fourth inning, after getting the first two, it took him forever to get that third out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cam Bedrosian getting ready now for the Angels. 63 pitches thrown by Keuchel. Two pitch. It's down low, full count.
5th full count for Dallas Keuchel in this game, although his pitch count is still pretty solid, only 64 pitches thrown.
There's the payoff. Albert rips one over to third. Dominguez has it. The Angels have sent 12 men to the plate, and all 12 have been retired. We are through 4. 3-0 Houston. Is your new home for baseball's National League Division and Championship Series, and it all begins this October with the National League races. Washington with a commanding lead. St. Louis 3 up on Pittsburgh, and the Dodgers a 2-game lead, I should say, over San Francisco. They're playing the final game of that series up at AT&T Park.
And the Nationals starting to play some pretty good baseball. Bryce Harper hit a mammoth home run yesterday.
Their pitcher for the Angels as the bullpen game continues now as Cam Bedrosian takes over. Jocelyn Herrera lasted 1 inning. Allowed a hit, walked a man, struck out a man. Cam had issues throwing strikes 2 nights ago. Pitching in his 15th big league game, 0-1 record at a 5.87 ERA. He'll face Corcoran, Guzman, and Dominguez. Still the difference in this ball game, 1 swing of the bat against Hector Santiago, the 3-run home run off the bat of the 9th place hitter Gregorio Petit. Hector did not have it at all today. 5 walks, 2 innings plus 3 batters is all he lasted. And fortunately for Vinny Pistano, that's all that he allowed was the 3 runs. Pistano came in and closed the door with the bases loaded, no out situation.
He do a job. 2 pop-ups and a strikeout.
Carlos Corcoran's been on base twice via the walk. Switch hitter batting for the left side for the first time. Behind in the count at 0-1. One and two.
He does have good life on his fastball. big pitch really for Cam to be consistent up at this level is throwing his slider not only for a strike, but when he gets ahead, have that swing and miss slider that we saw in spring training.
Missed inside. Two balls and two strikes. Full count. This one lifted, foul, and out of play. Reset and do it again. Guzman on deck. 6 hits so far for the Astros. Angels have struck out 6 and walked 6 so far. They walked 7 as a leadoff man is on board. Carlos Corporate on board for the 3rd time today via the walk.
First baseman, number 14,
Guzman's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. He was the first batter that Pistano faced. Got him to pop up to Chris Iannetta. Runner goes. Ball's hit out toward right field. Hit well. Moving back on it is Cole. Just shy of the track. He'll make the catch. Corporate heads back to first base. The throw is coming in. And no, they didn't get him.
Wow, it was real close.
They're going to check it in the dugout.
Looks like Mike Scioscia's going to go out. Dino Evil was quick to run to the phone. It's a great throw by Cole from the wall. Slides in, touches the base. So that's not an issue, going back and touching the base and going back to first base. Yeah, looked like he got his foot on the base. Still a great throw by Cole.
So 1 out, 1 on. Here's Matt Dominguez, the third baseman. Job by Cole to get back to the wall there. Ball was hit pretty well by Guzman. Foul back. 0-2. Oh, mistake slider by Cam. Oh, 2. This one's down toward the alley in right center field. Cole racing over, and he'll make the running catch. And he fires it back into first just in case Corporate.
And why wouldn't you?
Decided to go to second base.
He's covered some ground.
I tell you what, off the bat, it did not appear as if he had a chance to get there, especially on this warm day. But he tracked it perfectly. 2 down.
And that's that good power the other way by Dominguez. Going back, covering the ground, and then firing into first base. Why not give it a second shot? Already with 8 outfield assists for Cole Calhoun. He'd prefer a nice little ground ball out in the infielder, at an infielder right now.
Breaking ball in for a strike on Petit. 3-run home run in the second, a strikeout in the third. This one hit out toward left center field. Calgill will try to cut it off. Can't. Corporate on his way to third. The catcher's going to be stopped there, I should say, as he slams on the brakes. And it's a double for Gregorio Petit.
Well, he's done the serious damage for the Astros today. A 3-run home run, now a double. I think with all that running by Corporate, he wasn't able to score. It looked like he had an opportunity off the bat. Slider right down the heart of the plate, all the way to the wall. You would think with 2 outs, you might have a shot to send him. Fortunately for the Angels, that was not the case.
But base runners all over the place for the Astros in this ballgame. There's Robbie Grossman, the leadoff man, cuts through the first one. And even with all of those base runners, yet it's still just a 3-0 game. That being said, Bedrosian's got to get the last out to keep it as such. The Angels have Kendrick Freese and Ibar coming up in the 5th, still looking for their first base runner. Dallas Keuchel has been perfect through the first 12 batters. One ball, one strike. Seven hits for Houston. They've also picked up 7 walks. Here's the 1-1. Grossman fouls it off to left. 1 for 3 afternoon so far for the Astros left fielder, Robbie Grossman. Now the 1-2. Grossman loops one out toward right center field, a base hit. It'll bring in 2 runs, and it's 5-0 Astros.
Right off the end of the bat. So enough base runners, and he finally capitalized on all these base runners in this game, the Astros do. Just enough to get it over Howie's head into the outfield for a 2 RBI single.
It's 5 2-out hits for the Astros so far today. Multi-hit game for Grossman. Here's Altuve. It's 1-0. Altuve 1 for 2 with a single, an intentional walk, and a fly ball to right. Quick throw over and almost got him. Like Grossman was leaning there.
He's got a big lead. Thinking about going. Quick tag by C.J. Cron. No, got his hand back.
Top of the 5th, 5-0 Houston. Fortunately for the Angels, the tone of this game set early by Hector Santiago could not find the strike zone today. Altuve rifles it foul. Santiago lasted just 2 innings plus 3 batters. He left after he loaded the bases in the 3rd, but nobody out. Castano scoreless inning. Herrera scoreless inning, although he was bobbing and weaving in the 4th inning, and now Bedrosian has allowed 2 runs here in the 5th. Big lead again for Grossman. He takes off. Altuve shoots one right back up the middle. Snag by Cam. And that'll do it. But Houston tacks on 2 more. They lead at 5-0. In the 5th inning, more importantly, aside from being down 5-0, you have to get a base runner on board against Dallas Keuchel. 4 innings, 3 strikeouts, and he's retired all 12 batters that he has faced. He's thrown a total of 65 pitches.
He had 8 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out, 3 strikeouts.
Howie Kendrick to lead things off. He'll be followed by David Freese and then Eric Ibar. First pitch strike. Howie 0 for 1. He grounded out to Dominguez. First time up. 1 ball, 1 strike now. And the odds are in your favor if you're guessing first pitch strike against Dallas Keuchel. Chopper to second.
Another ground ball out.
1 away. Bring up Freese.
Four ground ball outs to second, 4 ground ball outs to third. 1 comebacker.
Keuchel has not won a game as this is a check swing and a dive by the first baseman Guzman. It makes the catch for out number 2. I was just getting ready to say Keuchel hasn't won a game since July the 30th. 2 losses and 4 no decisions since.
When you throw a lot of strikes, especially early, you're going to have plays like that made behind you. Mom made a nice play on that line drive. Read that well. It would have been a very difficult play if it gets by him, although Altuve was breaking towards the baseball.
Eric Ibar 0 for 1 with a ground ball to second. 2 balls, no strikes. Still 1-0 in Seattle. They wrap up that 3-game set. The Mariners come here. Start a 4-game series tomorrow night. 2-1. Hisashi Iwakuma on the mound for Seattle.
And you know you have good stuff working on a 2-0 count. You can throw a 2-seam fastball and it runs out of the zone, and you get Eric Ibar to chase that fastball.
2-2. This little flare, the foul territory. Guzman giving chase, and that last look up kind of lost where that ball was at.
Yeah, if you take your eye off the baseball just for a split second, you're going to lose it in the bright sunshine. As you get close to that low wall there, falls in.
Full count. There's the payoff pitch. Ibar, swing and a miss. So 4th strikeout for Keuchel. He is retired every batter. 15 up, 15 down. Houston leads it.
Pitched down and in, hits it out for a 3-run home run in the second, and Dallas Keuchel made that hold up. He has absolutely been perfect so far in this game. Spotting his fastball, his changeup's been great, his cut fastball, inside consistency. For Dallas Keuchel, 4 strikeouts, has not allowed a base runner in the game so far.
Throwing a lot of strikes, he had a lot of deep counts, but he has had a lot of pitches in which, whether it's the cut fastball or the changeup to Eric Ibar to end the inning, in which he has gotten hitters out. Either that or hitters have gotten themselves out as Jairo Diaz takes over for Cam Bedrosian. 3rd appearance in the big leagues, and he'll be facing Fowler, Carter, and Marisnick here in the 6th inning for the Astros, who lead it 5-0.
Diaz has that power fastball. You're going to see some fastballs registered that 100 miles an hour mark.
Houston with 5 runs, 8 hits. They've left 9 men on base. The Angels all zeros on that board. 4 strikeouts for Keuchel, no walks. And not a base runner allowed through 5 innings so far. Santiago allowed 3 runs in his 2+ innings, and Cam Bedrosian allowed 2 runs last inning. A bloop, 2 RBI single off the end of the bat by Robbie Grossman. Dexter Fowler doubled in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3 today. Fly ball to center, a strikeout in the double. The double his 19th of the season. He rips the first one into right, a base hit. Hit parade continues for the Astros. Fowler trying to go to second for a double, and he is in there with a double. His 2nd of the ballgame.
Well, he can run when he turns that base, cuts off the angle. Right down the line for Fowler. And once he cuts the corner of that base, turns that on, slides in hard to second base. Good throw again by Cole Calhoun. Fowler is too quick. It's now his 20th double of the season.
There's Chris Carter. 1 for 2 game with a single and a walk. One ball, one strike. No denying the Angels offense has been red hot. 10-game winning streak. They've run into a buzzsaw today so far in Dallas Keuchel. Had a good season. He's having a fantastic game. To 1 pitch. Chopper to third. That'll keep Fowler from advancing to third base. 1 down. And the most popular way to follow the Angels' push to the postseason is with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, live radio broadcasts, and MLB.tv game of the day and more. Get At Bat on your smartphone or tablet at the App Store or log on at MLB.com. 1 out, 1 on, and here's Jake Marisnick, the right fielder. Single to strikeout and a walk for Marisnick.
Good breaking ball from Diaz. He's got his curveball will be anywhere between 85 and 90 miles an hour.
One ball, one strike. Converted catcher. Native of Venezuela. Going the old Troy Percival route. Closer at A-ball and AA. To join the club in Cleveland last Monday. 2 balls, 1 strike.
You can tell by his throwing motion, he throws like a catcher to short arm. Firm with his fastball.
Ground ball back up the middle. That'll sneak through for a base hit. Fowler will come in to score. And it's 6-0 Houston. Marisnick picks up his 11th RBI of the season.
Right back up the middle, didn't try to do a whole lot with that firm fastball. It's a single and an RBI. His 11th of the season.
Carlos Corcoran at the plate. He's walked 3 times. And it's the first time in his career he's ever walked 3 times in a ball game. He has scored twice. One ball, one strike. They're headed to the 6th in Seattle. Oakland still up 1-0. They scored a first inning run. John Lester, 94 pitches through 5 innings. Chris Young getting a start for Seattle. Good breaking ball, 1-2. Gosman on deck. Runner goes. Pitches a strike to throw down to second. Is not in time. A stolen base. Corcoran's called out for the second down of the inning. Stolen base for Jake Marisnick.
He had a good jump.
First baseman, number 14,
They are extremely aggressive, the Astros. Slides in there easily with a stolen base. His 4th of the season as an Astro.
One ball, no strikes. Guzman's 0 for 3, getting to start at first base today. Last time up, they went to deep right field. It was tracked down by Colt. Breaking ball. It missed by much. 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Fastball up and in.
Well, this fastball had some serious running action up and in, especially after a breaking ball the pitch before down, so you're tracking something down. Runs a fastball up and in like that. Scary pitch.
A 3-ball, 1-strike count, 1 run in. Houston on top 6-0 here in the 6th inning. Marisnick standing at second. Now back, full count. Three-two from Diaz. Lifted out to center. Trout dealing with that sunshine. Makes the catch. Inning over. Houston tacks on a row ahead of the bottom of the inning. 6-0 Stros. Keuchel on the mound has not allowed a base runner in this ballgame. The Angels have sent up the bottom third of the order. Iannetta, Cron, and Cowgill. 76 pitches thrown by the left-hander. 4 strikeouts, no walks. And only 1 baseball has been hit out to the outfield. And that was the fly ball off the bat of Chris Iannetta to lead off the 3rd inning. Chris will lead things off this inning. Swings first pitch, fouls it off to the right.
And you're starting to see some quick swings like that because he's been around the strike zone, Keuchel, the entire game. First pitch.
77 pitches, 48 strikes. One ball, one strike. And we've seen some deep counts from him, but he's gotten right back into it. Made the pitch when he's needed to. 1-2.
Well, he's been able to follow up with his 2-seam fastball right back with his changeup and it hitting the exact same spot.
He's had 5 full counts. To 2-2 now. TJ Cron on deck. 2-2. Full count. Make it 6.
Coming in this game, 185 innings pitched, most he's ever had at the big league level.
Probably one of the few pitches in this ball game with Keuchel, especially with 2 strikes, has made a mistake on a missed location. The ball was up. Still good velocity at 91. Another 3-2. Iannetta takes ball 4, and there's the first base runner of the ball game.
That was a pretty good pitch too from Keuchel. Didn't get the call. He wanted that pitch also. Going fastball in. Oh, and that's getting the lower part of the strike zone, but did not get the call. First base runner, the perfect game gone now for Keuchel. You wonder how difficult it'll be for Keuchel now. Has not pitched out of the stretch yet. Here we are into the 6th inning. A little upset about not getting that call also on a 3-2 pitch to Chris Iannetta.
Cron's 0 for 1. He grounded out to second base. His 3rd inning at bat. Chopper to second. Altuve has it. Really back to first in time, a double play. 2 down.
That was not an easy double play to turn either. That ball wasn't hitting necessarily hard. Perfect throw from Altuve to Petit. Strong throwing arm for Petit to complete before 6-3 double play.
It's been that kind of afternoon for the Angels, though. Get their first base runner on, and then right away a double play ball. Now 2 outs, the base is clear. Cowgill, a ground out his first time up. Now in the dirt.
We mentioned earlier, Victor, 63% of his outs are ground ball outs. He's been a ground ball machine here today.
One and one.
He only allowed 11 home runs in 185 innings pitched. Coming into this game today, now 190 plus. Only 11 home runs allowed. It's playing in that small ballpark too at home.
Chopper to third. Dominguez to the backhand, gets rid of it quickly. And while the perfect game is over, Dallas Keuchel is yet to allow a hit. We're through 6. Astros up 6-0. Ram Lim. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We appreciate the picture as always. Keep sending them in. Regular season ends 2 weeks from today. The Angels will be in Seattle to wrap up the regular season. So you have 2 weeks. Keep sending us your pictures. Just hashtag it with WestFanPhoto. A couple of changes for the Angels here defensively. At shortstop, Gordon Beckham takes over for Eric Ibar. It's been a long afternoon for the Angels regulars out on the defensive side of things, especially on the offensive side with Dallas Keuchel. And Grant Green takes over at second for Howie Kendrick. And they'll be backing up new pitcher Wade LeBlanc, who takes over for Jairo Diaz, who gave up a run. On 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 inning of work. It's been all Houston in this ball game, 6-0 as we begin the 7th. And LeBlanc will face 8-9-1 Dominguez, Petit, and Grossman.
Well, you think about how many games and innings Ibar and Kendrick have played so far. It was a long afternoon, especially in the field today for our middle infielders.
This one down toward left center field. Trout got a good jump on it, dealing with the sunshine. Still makes the catch for the first down. Just the 3rd time today that the Angels have retired the leadoff man. So up steps Gregorio Petit. Gave the Astros a 3-0 lead in the second with a home run, his second of the year. Chopper to short. Beckham tested. 2 down.
Play by Beckham coming in on that slow roller. Taking a lot of ground balls of late at shortstop in early batting practice.
Top of the order now, Robbie Grossman, who's had a multi-hit game with a double and a single, 2 runs batted in. Halos in the bottom of the 7th have Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols due up. Trying to solve the mystery that is Dallas Keuchel. His 4th start of the season against the Angels. By far his best so far. 1 base runner allowed, and that was on a questionable ball 4. Chris Iannetta to start the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. You figure that Angels having to use now LeBlanc in this game, the 5th reliever, with Hector Santiago lasting just 2 innings plus 3 batters, that LeBlanc might be in to finish this one off. 7, 8, 9.
He started some games this year. He should be able to, if he pitches effectively, be able to finish off this game.
Now the regular relievers used today. You've got a big 4-game series starting with Seattle tomorrow.
Tough pitcher tomorrow with Iwakuma on the mound for Seattle.
Yeah, just what they need after an afternoon like this with Dallas Keuchel.
Yeah, you haven't got a hit yet, and you have to face a guy who's been unbelievable in his career against the Angels in Iwakuma.
Iwakuma, 14-game winner with an ERA of 3.11. LeBlanc throws a 1-2-3 inning, the first of the afternoon for the Angels. 7th inning stretch time here on this Sunday afternoon. The Halos down 6-0. This copyrighted telecast presented by Authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols to face Dallas Keuchel. No hits allowed for Dallas Keuchel. Only base runner, the walk to Chris Iannetta to start the sixth. But then thrown it into a double play, and then Cowgill grounded out. So he has faced the minimum. 18 batters faced for Dallas Keuchel. Cole is 0 for 2. A bouncer back to the mound and a strikeout looking last time up.
Boy, mixing and matching so well. His two-seam fastball has been solid. His cut fastball, excellent. Changeup, great. Slider, also good.
2 balls and no strikes.
And even when the hitters have been in good counts, he's made a perfect pitch. Movement, good movement on his fastball.
Yeah, it's either been just enough in or just enough away. Like you said, late life. You think you're scoring up a ball, especially the swing by Cole there on a 2-0 hack. He's thinking he's got a pitch to drive there, and all of a sudden, last minute, it didn't go where he thought it was going. Now it misses. 3-1 now.
As much as we were saying that Hector wasn't comfortable on the mound, Keuchel's been extremely comfortable and confident on the mound today.
The exact opposite. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. We've seen this Angels offense explode at a number of times. Got this winning streak. And it's a full count now. And do so for big innings. 7th full count for Dallas Keuchel. 94 pitches.
He's got quite a few pitches. It's going to be difficult for him to complete this game.
Toward the middle, Altuve has it. 1 down. Another ground ball out for Keuchel.
A lot of ground balls to Altuve, a lot of ground balls to Dominguez at third. There hasn't been one ground ball hit of all the ground balls hit today. The shortstop or first. A line drive to first. And not a ground ball.
Yeah, Mark, even from the get-go when this game started, never looked stressed. Never just came out, threw his strikes, worked the counts. First one up and away.
And he's staying right on that pitching rubber. He does not waste any time. From the Mark Burley school of pitching.
2 balls, no strikes. Trout's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 1 swinging, 1 looking. 3-0. There's a strike. Oakland leads Seattle 2-0 now. The 7th inning. Three 3-1 to Trout. Breaks his bat, flares one out to left center field. That'll get down for a hit. A jam shot single. And it's the first hit of the afternoon for the Angels, and it comes with 1 out here, the 7th.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear a pitcher say that he wasn't really thinking about it until that 8th or 9th inning, but Keuchel knew it. He had a special day going. Jams Mike Trout, but strong enough to fight that one into the outfield. Well, you could see him, his reaction, thinking and knowing he had the type of stuff to have a no-hitter today.
Now with Fowler playing shallow and covers a lot of ground, you thought for a second maybe he'd have an opportunity to lay out for it, but falls in there, a clean single. Man on for Albert. Keuchel now at 100 pitches here in the 7th. Pujols looks at a strike. Albert twice has grounded out to Dominguez. The last time up, a sharply hit ball. Oh, 2.
See the pitch by Keuchel. Thought he made a good pitch. And the reaction and hoping that Fowler would be able to track it down. Yeah, he was thinking no-hitter, no question.
1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you might see some action in the bullpen soon for the Astros, too, with that pitch count getting up and the no-hitter no longer part of the equation for Dallas Keuchel and the Astros.
Ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded by Petit. Fires to second for 1. Relay back. Inning-ending double play as Albert grounds into 27th double play of the season. Houston still on top. Get a fast free quote at mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you can save. Buy Jack in the Box and Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo for just $4.99 plus tax. And buy Hyundai. The all-new Sonata is here. Visit buyhyundai.com. Top of the 8th inning, all Houston this afternoon. 6-0. They lead it 10 hits to 1. Wade LeBlanc back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of relief. Had himself a 1-2-3 7th. And he'll face Altuve, Fowler, and Carter here in the 8th for the Astros. They'll have a new center fielders. Tony Campana takes over for Mike Trout. Trout finishing the game 1 for 3. Altuve takes outside. He's 1 for 3 today. A single back in the 1st inning, an infield single. Now with 205 hits on the year. 5 shy of tying the Astros team record set by Craig Biggio, 210. Make that 206 now. Around first and slam on the brakes. Lead off single.
Just putting the ball in play.
Yeah.
Talking about using the entire field. Altuve does that consistently.
At his current pace, he should break the Astros team record Tuesday.
Overall, the Astro club much better this season.
Fowler cuts through the first one.
Certainly the future is starting to look brighter for Astro fans. Some good young players. Some pitching on the horizon also.
In the dirt now. Altuve's not going anywhere. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fowler 2 for 4 with a couple of doubles. Run scored. And they've been without George Springer, who's, as we saw earlier this year, a terrific ball player.
Great speed, good power.
This one's out toward right. Cole's there. 1 down. The question is, going forward for the Astros, is where do you put Springer?
I think they should put him in center
field, yeah. That's the talk anyway.
We've seen him a lot in right field, but we also watched him play some center field. He's got center field wheels to be able to cover a lot of ground. And a very strong throwing arm.
There's Carter, the DH, 1 for 3 game. The Angels will looking ahead to next year. 2015 schedule will open out on the road, but the second road trip is the first time in 3 years that the Angels will visit Houston and Arlington together on the same trip back to back.
Now that makes some sense.
You would think, right?
Next year makes some sense.
Yeah.
Not prior to that, though.
No. As a matter of fact, the last road trip the Angels had this year was the first time they'd had Arlington and Houston on the same road trip, but they were bookends.
Yeah.
To start the trip and to end the trip after going to Minneapolis and the makeup game in Cleveland. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll also spend a week in the Bay Area. Back-to-back series with Oakland and the San Francisco Giants.
For all the traveling the Angels have done over the last couple of seasons, especially all those back east trips, it's good to have the NL West part of the schedule next year. Interleague play.
They go to Arizona, they go to
Colorado,
San Francisco, and they go to Colorado. And Colorado's got the home and home here and there. And then the Freeway Series extends to 3 games now.
3 and 3.
Yeah, 3 and 3.
And spread out over the season, not back-to-back series like we saw this year.
Is that last in the second series once in September, isn't it?
Yes, I think the one here against the Dodgers, 3-game series here against the Angels and Dodgers. The other one's, I think, in May or June.
3-1. Carter hits one to short. Beckham to Green to Chrome. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. 6-0 Houston.
update around the majors. Lester in the eighth seeks September magic in Seattle. 6 shutout innings for Lester, but out of the game. Bullpen in for Oakland, and Seattle right away has 2 men on. Oakland leads that game 2-0 in the bottom of the 7th. And can the Cards pull away in the NL Central? They won again, or 3rd in a row. Pittsburgh won, though. They still lead the Pirates by 3.5 games in the NL Central.
Gordon Beckham to lead things off for the Angels here in this bottom of the 8th inning. Dallas Keuchel back out on the mound. 4 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 walk to the left-hander. Beckham shoots one out to the alley at right center field. Long run for Jake Marisnick, and he dives, can't get it. One hopper off the fence. Beckham will stop at second with a leadoff double.
Well, a good swing by Gordon Beckham to go that way. Drove the ball exceptionally well. Marisnick gave it a heck of a try. Dives on the warning track, but unable to track that one down. Leadoff double by Beckham.
Plays a very shallow right field, and just shows you his closing speed to even make that close.
Yeah, off the bat, I thought for sure double, maybe a triple.
Yeah.
My Hyundai key to this game, talked about it earlier, the song remains the same. We've seen a number of comebacks. You never count out this club. It's a good start here in the bottom of the 8th with that double by Beckham. Still down by 6, though. Credit Keuchel for an outstanding effort today.
Jose Veras, the right-hander, is now getting loose for Houston. He pitched last night. David Freese is 0 for 2 with a ground ball out and a line out to the first baseman Guzman, who's playing off the line. This one pulled down the line, just foul.
That was real close. Hooked it, and just foul.
Two balls, 1 strike. Tigers won, Kansas City lost, so the Tigers now with a 1.5 lead over Kansas City. Cleveland now 6.5 back in the Central. Tigers finishing up the sweep of the Indians. Freese fouls it off to the right. Baltimore, New York will play later tonight. Toronto lost today. Two weeks left in the regular season. Countdown is on. The Angels' magic number at the start of the day, 4 to clinch the West. Full count.
Boy, as good as Keuchel has been today, 8 full counts. Just 1 walk. A walk here might mean a bullpen call.
Grant Green's on deck.
.113 pitches, 67 strikes, 46 out of the strike zone.
Season high for him, 118. 3 starts ago. This is line to center, a base hit. Shutout is gone as Beckham will come in to score. 6-1 Houston.
#50th RBI of the season for David Freese.
Here comes Tom Lawless, and that looks like it's going to be it. Heck of a start for Dallas Keuchel. Perfect game into the 6th inning. walked Iannetta, no hitter into the 7th, and a 1-out single to Trout. Now gives up the run. The shutout is no more. 6-1. Houston on top. Nobody out here in the 8th and a pitching change. With a man at first base, and the Astros up 6-1. Hey folks, make your plans to be part of the postseason action at the Big A. Angels Divisional Series tickets go on sale Thursday at 10 a.m. For more info and to purchase those tickets, just visit angels.com. Jose Veras, the right-hander, comes into the ball game. Veteran who pitched last night, lasted 2/3 of an inning, walked a man, also allowed a hit. Pitching in his 30th game with the Astros, 4-0 record at a 2.33 ERA.
Fastball is 91-95. Curveball, split finger fastball is his go-to swing and miss pitch too.
He was pitching with the bases loaded, issued a bases loaded walk to Albert Pujols and gave up the bases loaded single to Howie Kendrick, but those weren't his runs. And Luis Jimenez will come in and pinch run for David Freese at first. Grant Green steps up. First plate appearance for him. .310 batting average, a home run, 11 runs batted in. First one in for a strike. The RBI for Freese is 50th of the season. One ball, one strike. Breaking ball on the corner, 1-2.
One slow breaking ball just catches the outside corner.
$11 hits for Houston, 3 for the Angels. One down. Grant chasing a pitch that was nowhere near the strike zone. There's the first down here in the 8th.
Another curveball. This time started well off the plate and ends up towards third base, left-handed batter's box.
There's Chris Iannetta. 0 for 1 with a fly to right and a walk. Breaking ball for a strike. Beckham started off this 8th inning with a double to the alley in right center. Then Freese brought him home. An RBI single to make it 6-1. Finished the afternoon for Keuchel. Jimenez, the pinch runner at first base with 1 out now. Two balls, 1 strike. Kendrys Morales hit a fly ball out with the bases loaded to end the 7th in Seattle. So Oakland still up 2-0 now in the 8th. Seattle, by the way. This one's outside 3-1. 0 for 11 with men in scoring position this afternoon against Oakland. They've stranded 10 base runners through 7.
It's been an issue for them this entire year. Their pitching staff has been great. The offense, inconsistent.
Three-one pitch. Iannetta pops it up. Corcoran, the catcher, with the mask off. 2 down. Brings up C.J. Cron. Nobody warming in the Angels pen, and as we guessed, Wade LeBlanc will come back out for the 9th. Cron getting the start at first base today. He's 0 for 2 with a ground down and a double play ball. The Angels on the pitching side: Santiago, Pistano, Herrera, Bedrosian, Diaz, and LeBlanc, who's gone 2 so far.
He's had a pretty good feel for his curveball.
Well, that's what he's become, as more of an off-speed pitcher. He'll just show you a fastball, keep you honest, but a lot of curveballs and changeups.
Done a nice job with that adjustment. Very good ERA this year.
0-2 pitch. Out of the dirt. Nice block by Corcoran. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jimenez, the base runner at first. Called strike 3, and we'll head to the 9th with the Angels down 6-1.
top of the ninth. Pierce was able to get through that inning with no more damage done. The Angels do score one on a couple hits. Now the Astros coming back to the plate. Rizdick going to leave it off for the Astros.
New third baseman Luis Jimenez stays in the ball game and will take over at the hot corner. 35,364 stuck around and dealt with the incredible heat here today. Heat and humidity. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Started, the temperature was 94 degrees. And unfortunately for Angel fans, not much to write home about. Marisnick takes outside. That'll be followed by Corcoran and then Jesus Guzman. Couple of hits today for Marisnick, 2 for 3. Strikeout and a walk as well. Good off-speed pitch. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeBlanc pitching his 3rd inning of relief. He's faced the minimum 6, courtesy of a double play ball that ended the 8th. And the 1-2. Flare down the first base shot into the seats. Tony Sipp, the left-hander, getting ready now for Houston. He'll pitch to the 9th. This one hit in the air down the line. Long run for Grant Green as well as C.J. Cron, and nobody gets to it.
Very similar play earlier when Howie was able to run that one down. Tough play for a first baseman going back on it.
I mean, Grant was looking at C.J. as if he was hoping that C.J. would take charge of it. That's a second baseman's ball.
Yeah, it's so difficult as a first baseman to go back. As compared to an angle you can go as a second baseman.
So LeBlanc will face Marisnick again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. .24 pitches thrown by LeBlanc. 15 strikes, 9 balls.
Played by a fan.
After the last out, stick around for Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Ken French and Jose Mota will break it down for you immediately following the last out. It's been all Astros today from the 2nd inning on. Ripped to right. That'll get down for a leadoff single. Marisnick, a 3-hit game.
And he's mixed in a walk, so he's been on base 4 out of 5 at times at the plate today.
There's Corcoran, the catcher, 0 for 1, 3 walks, 2 runs scored. Struck out looking in his last plate appearance. That was in the 6th. Hector Santiago got the start today. Couldn't get out of the second. Did not retire a batter in the, or pardon me, in the third. Not retire a batter in the third. 2 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits, including a home run, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks. Just could not throw a strike with a fastball. Oh, 2. Pistano for 1 inning. Herrera scoreless inning. Then Bedrosian allowed 2 runs in his 1 inning, and Diaz allowed a run in his 1. All the while, Dallas Keuchel perfect through 5 before he gave up the walk hit in the 6th. No hitter into the 7th with Job picked up the single to left. Down goes Corcoran. There's out number 1.
First strikeout of the game for LeBlanc. And on the inner half with a fastball. 87-mile-an-hour pitch. A swing and miss.
One ball, no strikes on Guzman. Got to start at first. 0 for 4 today. 3 fly ball outs and a strikeout. Oakland leading Seattle now 4-0. That game still in the 8th. That score holds, as does this one. Magic number will remain at 4.
Oakland will be able to stretch out that lead in that wild card race with Seattle at 2.5. The amazing thing about Oakland, they were just 2 days ago, they were basically not in the playoffs as far as that wild card race. Now they'll be in position where they'll be in first. They'll be the first wild card team. That lead holds for them today up in Seattle. That's how close that race is going to be in that wild card for both wild card 1 and 2.
I believe this is their last meeting too of the season.
And we have 7 games with Seattle.
Yeah. 4 beginning tomorrow night. But Oakland goes home after this. They will take on the Texas Rangers beginning on Tuesday. Then they have the Philadelphia Phillies next weekend. Then the Angels roll into town at the Coliseum. And then Oakland finishes the season in Texas for 3.
Pretty good schedule for Oakland.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Down goes Guzman, 2 outs. The Angels will have a 4-game set here against Seattle and then Texas next weekend. Mike Scioscia is going to go to the bullpen here to allow Joe Thatcher to, I guess, face a batter here. For the 9th, the pitching change, 6-1 Houston. Missed 37 games on the disabled list with a severely sprained ankle. With Mike Scioscia figuring in a 6-1 game in the 9th inning with 2 outs and a man on to get Joe into the game. Get a couple of pitches in. Activated before the game on Friday.
Yeah, talked to him just the other day. He said he felt good. Ankle's about as good as it's going to feel until the offseason. That deceptive delivery and needing to get ahead of the count. That's one thing we've seen from Joe so far, falling behind in the count.
They'll face Dominguez, the third baseman. He's 0 for 3. Marisnick still standing at first. Six runs, 12 hits, 10 left on for Houston. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 man left on for the Angels today. Kendrick, Ibar, Freeze, Trout, all out of the game now, and have been since about the 7th inning. They were out on the field a long time. But the way the staff performed today, just a lot of long innings.
You wonder with Iwakuma on the mound tomorrow that Josh Hamilton will be in the lineup. Saw him working out today, doing agility work earlier before the game.
We shall see. It's been a while since he's been in the lineup. 1-2 pitch. Dribbler foul. Last time Josh was in the lineup was the opening game of the series against Minneapolis. As Dominguez hits one out toward left center field, a towering shot. Tony Campana near the wall makes the catch. Well, into the bottom of the 9th, 6-1 Houston. Mound for the Houston Astros as the Angels have 9-1-2 due up here. Guess they're trying to start the rally. The old rally umbrella hat. Tony Sipp, 52 games. This will be his 52nd. 4.2 record, a 3.35 ERA. 4 saves on the year. First action that he has seen in this series.
Fastball's 87-93. Slider, changeup. Remember, he pitched in that game on 4th of July when Mike Trout went walk-off against him.
Yeah. Cal Gill, Calhoun, and Campana scheduled 3 batters here tonight. Are you putting in the call? Is that what you're saying? Although Trout can't come back into the game.
No.
There's no Little League rules here where he can check back in.
No. But there's always a chance.
Yep. Colin Cowgill's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs today. Skies the first one to shallow center. Altuve going out, makes the catch, 1 down. Up steps Cole. Dallas Keuchel in line for his 11th win. 7 innings plus 2 batters, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts and a walk. 1 run allowed. Hector Santiago on the hook for the loss. He will drop to 5-8. Angels will have had their 10-game winning streak snapped should the score hold.
Miss an opportunity to tie the all-time record for consecutive wins at 11.
Looks like Sean O'Malley will come up and pinch hit. He's on deck. Cole 0 for 3 game. One ball, 1 strike. Cole trying to hold up on that breaking ball, and it's 1-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Loss today will keep the Angels from picking up their 50th home win. As Cole, this one down the line, but hooking foul. Came into action today at 49-24 here at the Big A.
No one better in baseball at home than the Angels.
Count remains at 3-2 with 1 out. There's the payoff, and he walked him. So 1 out walk puts a man on for Sean O'Malley. O'Malley pinch hitting for Tony Campana.
2 for 3 in his career. Worked hard to get into this position. Also with an RBI. 9 seasons in the minors for Sean O'Malley.
Looks at a strike. Guzman playing behind Calhoun over at first base. 0-2. Ball gets away, but Calhoun not going anywhere. Now the 0-2. Malley pulls it foul. Pools in the on deck circle, still in the game. Oh, 2 down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. O'Malley goes down swinging for round number 2.
Got him out on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Albert today 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play his last time up in the 7th. Calhoun takes off. That one's fouled back. At the double play that Albert hit into in the 7th, tying in for the team record now. Vladimir Guerrero. No balls, 2 strikes. Cole advancing to second on a difference. An 0-2 count. Albert grounds it to third. Dominguez up with it. And the Astros take the final game of the series. 6-1 the final.
Boy, Dallas Keuchel was so good for the Astros today. One of those games for the Angels. I haven't seen one of them in a long time as the Astros win this one 6-1.
Take a look at the standings. The American League West. If Oakland hangs on and picks up the win, they will stay 10 back of the Angels as their 10-game winning streak is snapped. 6-1 the final. Houston wins it. Mariners in town beginning tomorrow. Stick around. Angels live post game coming up next.